So a few days ago, you might have seen a clip that was floating around on Twitter and YouTube, and everybody and their grandmas talked about it. And I wanted to talk about it as well too, because this is something that actually does infuriate me, just because of the nature of how this all unfolded and the fact that someone could have been potentially injured or even worse. Yes, I'm talking about the Acorn cop situation. It's not even silly. It's just sad. It's actually sad, and it's infuriating as well too, because of the fact that the outcome in this entire situation, there was no real penalties at all. There was no punishment. It was treated as an oopsies, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So for those that haven't seen it yet, I'm going to play you some of the clip and then just give my own opinions and takes in between it and sort of explain what's been going on.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! You know. I'm hit!
So essentially what happened was this piece of shit had an acorn fall on the car and he thought it was actually gunshots. So he did a fucking Dark Souls roll and thought that he was being shot at. And somehow, I guess he made it perfectly fine unscathed with, and here's the best part, he says shots. As in plural, like there was multiple shots. Dog, if one fucking acorn fell down, that doesn't equate to multiple gunshots. I do not know how that equates in your mind, but essentially he thinks that he hears gunshots and then he does a roll and then he starts just unloading on a fucking car all willy-nilly for some random fucking reason, thinking that I guess the person that's shooting at him is inside the car, and they just magically just popped through a window and shot him without any type of repercussions to the windows and them shattering or breaking. That's absolutely blowing my mind on how none of this shit even processes through his mind.
What? I'm in the car! I was shot through the car! Oh! I'm good. I feel weird, but I'm good. I don't know. I might have hit my vest.
Now, I chopped up this footage a bit because all this guy is doing is fighting ghosts. There's literally nobody out there at all shooting at him. It's actually just, again, baffling that the idea is he's just shooting at... He's literally shooting at nothing. He hasn't confirmed. He hasn't identified anything. All he says is, I feel weird, but I'm all right. Dog, of course you're going to feel fucking weird because you're being a fucking moron shooting at nothing. That literally nothing exists. If you would think that if someone was, I don't know, shooting at you... First of all, if you were just casually walking around, someone probably would have easily popped your ass if they actually really wanted to at the beginning. And then second of all, who the fuck would only do one gunshot at you and then never do any more gunshots? You think they're just sitting there literally chilling, waiting for you to get yourself composed together so that they can just sit there and have you keep shooting more bullets at them? Make it make sense. There's no shot, bro. Like, for a lot of people that look at this shit, I don't think there's anyone that could ever defend this, but it's just absolutely insane that they didn't actually end up putting any fines or punishment charges on him. But again, I'll get to that later towards the end of the video. Now, what I also want to show you is another perspective from another one of the people that were at the scene, another one of the cops. Her name was Sergeant, I think, Rodriguez or something of that nature. But here's another perspective to see what he was going through her body cam.
Do you know your tag number off the top of your head? Okay, it's okay. What? Where? Right there? Jesse, are you okay? Get in the house! Get in the house! Jesse! Get back! Where is he?
In the car! Now he's trapped! In the car!
43, give me traffic. Shots fired. I got a deputy down.
No! Please, no! Please!
Off of McLaren. We're off of McLaren. Shots fired. I got a deputy down. Jesse, how are you?
So from her perspective, she was originally doing something else, and then she heard gunshots, and then she goes and joins over and says, hey, where's the gunshots at? And he's like, right there. And they're like, pow, 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 let's fucking go. And again, this is just really infuriating to me, just because, and I think some people might not understand why there's so many people who will take issue with this, other than the fact that, of course, it's just reckless gunshots, is because someone's life could have literally been taken. There was somebody in a vehicle throughout this whole entire situation, and they could have been shot dead. They could have been killed. And, you know, luckily their aim was awful. You know, everyone's been calling them Star Trooper aim, which is understandable because they missed everything, thankfully. But this shouldn't have happened. There was no form. There was no actual anything. And sure, you can sit there and make it off, you know, some type of mental gymnastics and say, oh, well, you know what, you know, the situation was heated and there was no time to actually process what's going on. And dog, these are fucking cops. They're trained. They're supposed to be trained to sit there and actually have some discipline on that finger with that trigger and on the gun. And for situations like this, they're supposed to be trained for that. Clearly, no matter what you could think of, that man was not in the right headspace. He was not in the right mental place. He shouldn't have a fucking gun. He shouldn't even be a fucking cop. This is not someone I would ever want to protect my life if I was ever put in harm's danger. Instead, he would probably kill me instead of the actual fucking criminal. That is the scary part about shit like this. And again, I'll show you in a second, but this is the type of shit that really boils my blood, in the fact that there are more people just like this. This isn't the first person. This is just the one that happens to get around the internet and everyone has seen it now. But there's more people that are literally just like this that should not be able to wield a gun at all. They shouldn't be nowhere near one because of shit like this. This is just something that's absolutely insane.
Jesse, move over to me. I got you. Move over to me. Jesse, come back. Mark vehicle right there. Dude, am I hit?
So there's not really much more I wanted to show from it, other than the fact that you have the whole fucking police department ready down here now, got ARs ready to go blast up a fucking car, all because of some guy that... It's even already wild as it is, but already claimed that he was shot, but there was no blood trails or anything at all to show that he was actually shot. Sure, you can sit there and make the mental gymnastics. Oh, maybe he was shot in the bulletproof vest, and so it never actually hit him and punctured the body, so there, of course, is no blood. Dog, again, there was no person that was retaliating. There was no one that was actually shooting back. All these motherfuckers did was unload a clip on the car just because a cop allegedly felt like he was shot, and then started moving around making random noises, and then said, I've been shot. I've been shot. No, the fuck you weren't, bro. Again, this whole fucking thing is ridiculous. And I said I was going to talk about what the actual repercussions were to this. And again, there wasn't any. There wasn't literally anything at all. And that is the sad shit about this. Let me show you. So it says right here, as Hernandez approached the passenger side door of his patrol car, he heard a popping sound, which he later told investigators he perceived to be a gunshot. He said he believed he had been hit. He began yelling shots fired multiple times, falling to the ground and rolling, the sheriff report said. He fired into the patrol car. Again, which was still very intriguing to me, which is, and I've been trying to figure this out the entire video, which is, why the fuck would you shoot at you tell me that you got a criminal in your own goddamn car that was somehow magically just about to pop off and start shooting at you? Again, maybe there's something I'm missing. And let me know in the comments. I'm more than accepted and welcome any other perspectives, but that was something I was scratching my head at the entire time watching the clip. Sergeant Beth Roberts heard the gunfire and Hernandez screams and began firing into the car as well, the report said. While the county state attorney's office found no probable cause for criminal charges, the sheriff internal affairs investigation determined Hernandez's use of force was not objectively reasonable. Of course, it should be common sense. Hernandez resigned on December 4th, the sheriff's office said. Roberts' use of deadly force was found to be reasonable and she was exonerated, the report found. The sheriff, Eric Alden, said he realizes the situation was traumatic for the suspect and his office has incorporated the shooting into training for other deputies. Dog, there should already be training to begin with. You're telling me that I'm not even going to bother trying to argue this. It's not worth it. He also said he did not believe that Hernandez acted with malice. Though his actions were ultimately not warranted, we do believe he felt his life was in immediate peril and his response was based off the totality of circumstances surrounding this fear. Reviews of the case by the Sheriff's Criminal Investigation Division and the County State Attorney Office found no probable cause for criminal charges for Hernandez, who started with the agency in January 2022. Again, this is the most shitty explanation and justification for not filing any charges at all. And That's the wild part. When they put right here, they understand that the situation was traumatic for the suspect and that their way to remedy this is to incorporate trainings that probably should have, actually, it's not even probably, it should have been implemented right from the start for anyone that ever joins and wants to become a cop. You can't sit there and take away someone's traumatic experience. You can't just sit there and say that, oh, well, we understand that this was traumatic for you, but we're going to start incorporating training so this doesn't happen again. That doesn't fix anyone's traumatic experience. This doesn't change the fact that you had a cop that literally unloaded a fuckload of bullets that could have potentially hurt or killed somebody. What if it did kill somebody? Would that have changed the situation? Would they have then probably said, oh yeah, the criminal charges, of course, now. But because he didn't hit nobody, because he didn't kill nobody, and because he resigned, everything is... Hey, problem's on. He resolved. He resigned. He's not here no more. No, this man should literally have charges. He is an endangerment to society. He put people's lives in harm. Now, whether or not you think Sergeant Roberts' course of action, her unloading her gun as well too, was reasonable, I'm going to leave that up for you to decide. Personally, for me, I think that there should have been some more due diligence in this entire situation before even really just unloading bullets just because someone's, hey, right there, shoot him. That's how you get motherfuckers killed that shouldn't be shot. That is literally how that shit happens, is by shit like that. There's no form of ever trying to figure out a situation and trying to figure out what the hell is actually going on. It's just, hey, right there. Motherfucker said, fucking Hernandez saying he's shot, but there ain't no proof of him actually being shot. Motherfucker's still moving around like no problem. Dog, if you were fucking shot, you would barely be moving a goddamn inch. If you were shot, you wouldn't even be fucking rolling. You would be laying there probably bleeding out. Like, this whole situation is so goddamn infuriating and it pisses me off. And that's the reason I wanted to talk about this, was because it's just so infuriating to watch and to just see shit like this happen and know that there was no repercussions at all, and that the person who ends up facing a traumatic experience gets no real resolve. And I hope they pursue legal action and maybe at least wins that and gets some form of compensation out of this bullshit, because they deserve it. This is ridiculous. They should have to put up with shit like that. But yeah, if you made this far into the video, consider giving a like, subscribing to the channel. Leave me a comment below what you think. Have a great day. Yeah.